Hey guys and gals, it's Lisa from ToCreateAWebsite.com, and in this video I am going to show you how to edit parts of your WordPress site that are not easily customized in your admin panel. There is nothing more frustrating for a new WordPress user than to have a site and not to understand how to update certain parts of the site. How do you do all that? Well, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies for how to do that in this video. Now, before I get started, it's important for you guys to know that I am using the Firefox browser. So if you want to follow along, you might want to install it if you don't have Firefox already. Now, I know a lot of you guys like Chrome, and I'm a big fan of Chrome as well, but Firefox has a lot of add-ons that I prefer, so that's why I use Firefox when I'm doing a lot of my developing. So make sure you install Firefox by Mozilla, and once you have that browser installed, you're going to go up to Tools, and then add-ons, and then you're going to type in Firebug, because this is an add-on that we're going to add on to Firefox. This is what's going to help you learn what to edit on your theme, and I'll show you how. So type in Firebug and hit enter, and you should see it come up, and then it'll prompt you. If you don't have it installed already, it'll tell you to install it. So click install, follow the prompts, close your browser, and then when you come back, you'll have Firebug installed. You'll know because when you go up to Tools, when you relaunch your browser, you should be able to go to Tools, Web Developer, and then you'll see the Firebug menu. If you don't see the Firebug menu, then it means it was not properly installed. You can also get to it if you're on Windows by clicking the F12 button, and see how I got that pop-up window. But if you're on a Mac, I don't believe there's a hotkey. You just have to go up to the Tools menu. Now, I hope you guys are staying with me. One thing you need to know before you start editing things is that most of the things that control your font size, color, boxes, borders, all of those style elements are controlled in your site's style sheet. And you get to your style sheet by going to Appearance and then Editor. And then over on the right side, you should see a file called style.css or something similar to that. And it should say style sheet. So this is the style sheet file right here. This is what controls pretty much the design of your site. Now I'm going to show you how you know what to edit to change different elements on your site. Okay, so let's activate Firebug by pressing F12. Now let's say for this example, we want to change the color of this border around the content field. See how it's kind of like a beige kind of color? Let's say we want to change that to black. So I'm going to hit the F12 to activate Firebug, and you see how this window just popped up. We're going to click this arrow right here, this blue arrow, and then we're going to hover over the element we want to change and then click the mouse. So when I come over here, Firebug tells me what part of the style sheet that I need to edit. So when I hover over these elements, notice you see border 5 pixel solid and then this pound E6D ECA. That's the color of that border, and you can even see the sample of it when I hover. So let's say you want to see what black is going to look like. You can actually click this. Now I happen to know what the color for black is, and so I'm just going to type it in 000000 and then hit enter. Notice my site just changed. Now this is not a live change. This is just on my browser. The only reason I'm doing this is just to test so I can make sure this is exactly what I want to edit when I go back to my live style sheet. Okay, so remember the name of the style is called primary. So we're going to go back to our style sheet and look for this. So here we are back at our style sheet. So let's do a Control F or Command F if you're on a Mac and search for primary. And here you can see there's that same code we just saw in Firebug. And there's that border color. So let's change this to 000000. Now, if you don't know the hex colors, I will put a link to my hex color tool in the description. The only reason I know this one is because black is very common. Obviously, it's easy to remember, but there are tons of different colors you can use, obviously. So make sure you check the link in the description. So we're going to say update the file. And now let's go back to our home page. So now you can see we've changed the color of the border. Now this is live because I actually went in and changed the actual style sheet this time. So you can actually use this same formula to figure out how to edit other parts of your design. What if you want to change the font of this title? This is my homepage. Maybe you don't like that. Maybe you want something more simplistic. Once again, we'll hit F12 to activate Firebug, and we're going to click the blue arrow, and we're going to hover. See how it highlighted it for us? So we're going to click, and then we're going to come over here, and it tells me the name of the style that I have to look for in my style sheet. And you can even copy it if you want, if it's too long to remember. I'll just copy that part. Now let's scroll down until we find the font. There it is, SAIL, and you can even see a sample of it. Isn't that cool? So let's change it to Arial, something more common. Now remember, we're not changing it live yet. We're just changing it in Firebug. Hit enter and boom, the title changed. So this is a great way to preview how things are going to look. So now hopefully you can see how you can basically hack your own theme by figuring out what elements you need to edit in your style sheet. And that's the beauty of WordPress. Most of your styles and everything are saved in that one file. But always make sure before you edit the file to copy it, save it somewhere on your computer, just in case you mess up, you have a backup. I've learned the hard way. So always back up your file before you make any changes, especially if you're new and you're just getting comfortable doing this. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys out. Now I expect you guys to get real dangerous and get in there and start tweaking your themes a little bit more. And now you'll have more control over the look and feel of your site. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.